Hi guys, I'm Melissa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these delicious soft butter rolls. Some people call them dinner rolls, or you can just call them sweet bread rolls. Guys, they are really yummy and delicious. I have to warn you, they do take a little bit of time, so you will need a couple of hours, but they're so worth it. Your family will absolutely love them. And once you start making them, you will never stop. So here I've got everything that we'll need today. So I've already measured out the ingredients. So this is what you will need. I've got some white strong flour, or you can use plain flour, but I just prefer bread flour. You can buy this in any supermarket really. I bought mine from Morrison's. I've got some yeast, salt, butter at room temperature, 1 large egg, and I've got 70 grams of caster sugar, and I've also got some lukewarm milk. So we'll start by making a thick paste. This paste, guys, is what's going to make your bread rolls really soft. It's called a roux, and basically what it is a mixture of flour and milk. You can use water, but I just prefer to use milk. So we're gonna heat this up until it becomes a really thick paste. So I've just made our roux, our milk and flour paste. So I've just put it in a bigger container, and I'm just gonna let it completely cool down while I get on with the rest of the process. So I'm going to start with my dry ingredients. So I'm just going to put them all in my mixing bowl. I will be using a stand mixer. You can do it by hand, but I've got a stand mixer, so I'm just going to do that as it's quick and it's easier. So I'm going to put all my flour in here. So that's 500 grams. Got some caster sugar, salt, and my yeast. So what you want to do, you want to really give this a good stir. Just make sure it's really mixed together. So now that we've got all our dry ingredients in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my egg. I've just made a little well at the center, if you can see it. So I'm just going to add my egg, and I'm gonna go in with my warm milk. Make sure your milk is hot, it's warm, not too hot. And I'm just gonna add my butter. This is at room temperature. So I'm just gonna give this a quick mix just so all the ingredients come together before we add our roux, the flour and milk paste. So I've just added the milk and flour paste that we made earlier. It's completely cooked down, so that's really important. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to let this go for about 10 minutes. So that should be ready then. It should be stretchy in about 10 minutes. So my mixture is at about 10 minutes on the stand mixer. It's quite really soft, so I got some extra strong bread flour, so you will need some just in case it's really sticky. It can be really difficult to work with. So I'm just going to transfer mine onto here. You might be thinking, why am I going to do this? I'm going to knead it by hand. There's no really reason why I do this, because I just feel better. So you could just move on to the next step from the mixer, but I'm just going to knead it by hand because I just like the process and I feel better. Okay. It is really sticky, but we've got some flour. I'm just gonna get everything out. This is really precious bread, so I'm gonna make sure that I get every little bit that I can out of it. So I'm just gonna knead it by hand. I'm just putting a little bit of flour, it's really sticky, so I'm gonna add a bit of flour. I'm just using this mat because it's non-sticky, so I just find it easier to knead my bread on here. Try not to add in too much flour. I find that it can be a bit dense if you put too much flour. So I'm just gonna knead it. This is all just for fun, guys, because I've already done all my kneading in my mixer. But I'm just gonna have a little play. If you use this non-stick mat, you will find that you won't have to add in too much flour. Right, I've just had to put a wet tea towel underneath my non-slip chopping board. It just stops the board from moving around because it was moving around a bit too much. So it's much better now. So I'm still kneading, guys. So if you are doing this only by hand, you need to do it for about maybe 15 minutes. But mine is actually ready, but I'm just having fun, guys. I'm having fun. I love making bread. I love baking. Right, it's ready, guys. See, it's springing back up. So what I'm gonna do now, I've got my big bowl. I've got some little bit of teaspoon of vegetable oil. So I'm just gonna grease my bowl with it, and then I'll put my mixture in there. So I'm just gonna use my fingers because why not? I'm gonna take my mixture, just gonna chuck it in there. Just make sure it's a bit oiled as well. Yeah. So I've got some cling film, or you can use a wet tea towel, it doesn't really matter, but I just prefer cling film because that's what I've been using. So I'm just going to cover it with cling film. Just going to make sure it's covered. So what's going to happen now, we're just going to leave our dough to proof. It depends how warm your kitchen is. My kitchen is okay, so mine is normally ready within 2 hours. But if your kitchen is warmer, it might be ready within an hour, so you just have to kind of work it. What you basically want is you want your mixture to double in size. So when it's double in size, it's ready. So I'm just gonna leave mine, it's quite warm today actually, so I'm just gonna leave mine on the table for about an hour and a half. I'll come and check it, and then hopefully it'll be ready then, and we'll go to the next step. See you guys, I'm just gonna tidy up and maybe have a cuppa, because that was hard work doing all the kneading, wasn't it? See you in a bit. So it's been about an hour and a half. So as you can see, my dough is doubled in size, which is just exactly what I need. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna bit the air out of it, just to, I love this bit. So just to punch out the air. So then, oh, it's so nice and soft. So what I'm gonna do, this is how I measure my bread rolls. There are different ways of doing it, but this is how I do it. I put mine on a scale. So I'm gonna weigh this, and then I'll divide whatever amount I get. I'm gonna divide that by 12, and that's how I'll divide my bread rolls. So I'm gonna do that quickly. So I've taken our dough mixture and I've divided it into 12 equal pieces, hopefully. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go take them one by one and just shape them into a ball. I've got a bit of flour because sometimes they are still a little bit sticky, so if you need it, just use some. It's just making it into a round shape like that. So that's your little, that'll be my first one over there. So just smooth it out and then just make it into a little ball like that. I'm just putting them in my tray, which I buttered, and I just put some parchment paper on top. Right, so I've divided them into 12 bread rolls. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cling film them Just you can use a tea towel, but I'm just using cling film. So we're just gonna let these proof again for another hour. They shouldn't take as long as the first time round, so I would say an hour. So just let them double in size again. So as you can see, they've doubled in size. I've left them for maybe an hour and a half, so they're now nice and ready, and I love the size. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put these in my oven. I'm gonna put them at 190 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes, just until they're golden brown. So my bread rolls are in the oven. So what I'm gonna do now, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna make my glaze. This is what's gonna give your buns that nice shiny look. So what I've got 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I've got 2 tablespoons of cold water. I'm just gonna put this in the microwave just for like a minute until all the sugar's melted, and they'll be ready to go on my buns once they're out of the oven. They're ready. They look and smell so good. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna put my glaze on. This is my favorite part. That was it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching my first tutorial. If you like what you see, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Hope to see you soon. Bye.